Oof, it's not looking good for you, Donald. Yesterday during a press conference, you just fell asleep and started snoring while a press conference about health-related things was taking place. Zoom in on him right now. Yeah, what the hell was going on there? Then during this press conference, someone associated with Eli Lilly who was in the room collapsed, and your response was to just stand up, freeze, and look at the cameras. Very odd behavior. Then you put up 3 pieces of paper on the outside of the Oval Office that says the Oval Office. Do you need help trying to get there? Do you need that to remind you where the door is to the Oval Office? It seems like that's what's going on. And of course, that's in addition to the recent photographs of you with the droopy mouth, which many say could be related to mini strokes. It's just an opinion, of course. The hands that are discolored, the chronic venous insufficiency that your press secretary, Caroline Levitt, looked at. Look at the various stages of this venous insufficiency, the spider veins to the venous ulcers. We're not sure what stage you're on, but it does not look very good, Donald. Then, of course, there's the MRI that you had. You've admitted to an MRI. MeidasTouch Network, we talked about it when the second medical report was published since April, and it was incredibly suspicious. There was the April report, then this October 10th, 2025 report, which talked about advanced imaging, which we said right away, that must be an MRI. So what could the MRI be about? Just take a look at what Dr. Jonathan Reiner, Dick Cheney's former cardiologist, just had to say, that it really could be these neurological symptoms. Here, play this clip.
Medical analyst, Dr. Jonathan Reiner. Most of us do not get an MRI as part of a normal physical. Aren't they typically used to detect things like strokes and aneurysms and tumors? I mean, do you have any clues as to why the president would have gotten an MRI?
It's not part of a routine screening. There's been really a lack of candor. The big question is what prompted his MRI? So what symptoms were they concerned about? What particular type of MRI was performed? Was it a brain MRI? Was it a cardiac MRI? Was it an MRI of spine, of his prostate? What prompted a concern that would take him in a relatively unscheduled way to Walter Reed for this testing? Why didn't they tell us that? Didn't they disclose that he was tested when Dr. Barbarella issued his report after the president's visit? And now, why won't they tell us exactly why the testing was performed and the results? I think without that, then there's really no trust.
Now, this also reminds me of what Dr. David Shiner had to say back in, when was it, 2019 or so, that he thought even back as 2019 that Donald Trump was beginning to have mini strokes, and that's why you have the slurring taking place. Play this clip right here.
His inability to say words sometimes worries me tremendously. He is having trouble word finding when he said United States instead of United States. These aren't words, these aren't slips of the tongue. These are words, he can't find them. And this is happening over and over again. Comedians joke about it, but it's not a joking matter. I think there is a neurological issue that is not being addressed. And if he had an MRI of his head over there, I would be very pleased because I think he needs it.
Is that something that could have happened in the 2-hour time he was there?
Yes, it certainly could. And it's the worry that I have is that maybe he's having small strokes. And, we had that once before in the White House when Woodrow Wilson was president. His inability to find words is peculiar and has not been explained. And I think one has to think of it as a possible neurological issue.
Now, let me just give you some data points of Donald Trump's behavior, too, just in the past day, 2 days. You have Donald Trump saying that Miami has been a haven for all of these people from South Africa. He says, if you take a look at what's happening in parts of South Africa, they're all coming to Miami. He confuses South Africa with South America. He confuses like Armenia with Albania. I mean, it's just constant. Here's what he says about South Africa. Here, play this clip.
For socialist Venezuela, and you see what happened to those places. For generations, Miami has been a haven for those fleeing communist tyranny in South Africa. I mean, if you take a look at what's going on in parts of South Africa, look at South Africa, what's going on. Look at South America, what's going on. You know, I'm not going to, we have a G20 meeting in South Africa. South Africa shouldn't even be in the Gs anymore because what's happened there is bad. I'm not going. I told them I'm not going. I'm not going to represent our country there. It shouldn't be there. Take a look at what's happening in different parts of South America. Take a look at what's happening in different parts of the world.
Then there's this video. This took place just in a 24-hour time period where you had Trump 2 days ago saying there's a new word called affordability. We need to talk about it more. Then the next day he goes, I don't want to hear about the word affordability. Just watch this back to back, play this clip.
You know, they have this new word called affordability and they don't talk about it enough. The Democrats did. It's the biggest reduction in cost in the history of that chart or whatever it is they do. That they do a synopsis of everything. They cover every element of Thanksgiving meals, 25% down. So I don't want to hear about the affordability.
Right. And then, of course, there's the fact that Donald Trump can't walk in a straight line. MeidasTouch has highlighted before how he zigzags, like when he rolled out the red carpet for Vladimir Putin. Zigzag, 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 zigzag. You see it right there. Then when Donald Trump met with the Prime Minister of Japan, Prime Minister Takaishi, she had to walk him. He couldn't walk in a straight line. And you could actually see, I think she was visibly scared, in my opinion, based on just the way he presented his health as well. It just looked like it was deteriorating before everybody's eyes. Really scary stuff right there. Just to remind you, this is what Caroline Leavitt, Trump's propagandist, has been going with, that it's chronic venous insufficiency. Here's what she said. Play this clip.
Many in the media have been speculating about bruising on the president's hand and also swelling in the president's legs. So in the effort of transparency, the president wanted me to share a note from his physician with all of you today. In recent weeks, President Trump noted mild swelling in his lower legs. In keeping with routine medical care and out of an abundance of caution, this concern was thoroughly evaluated by the White House medical unit. The president underwent a comprehensive examination, including diagnostic vascular studies. Bilateral lower extremity venous Doppler ultrasounds were performed and revealed chronic venous insufficiency, a benign and common condition, particularly in individuals over the age of 70. Importantly, there was no evidence of deep vein thrombosis or arterial disease. Laboratory testing included a complete blood count, comprehensive metabolic panel, coagulation profile, D-dimer, B-type natriuretic peptide, and cardiac biomarkers. All results were within normal limits. An echocardiogram was also performed and confirmed normal cardiac structure and function. No signs of heart failure, renal impairment, or systemic illness were identified. Additionally, recent photos of the president have shown minor bruising on the back of his hand. This is consistent with minor soft tissue irritation from frequent handshaking and the use of aspirin, which is taken as part of a standard cardiovascular prevention regimen. This is a well-known and benign side effect of aspirin therapy. And the president remains in excellent health, which I think all of you witness on a daily basis here. So the president wanted me to share that note with all of you. I'm happy to take further questions on it.
But she admitted that he got the MRI, but she refused to say what it's about. The question by the press here is the right one. Which body part was it on? The way MRIs work, it's on specific. Is it neurological? Is it cardiovascular? Is it kidney? What is it? And you'll see Caroline Leavitt struggle. Play this clip.
Why did President Trump get an MRI during his recent visit to Wall Street?
Look, as President Trump said, he would inquire with the physicians. I'll check back on that. But as the physical itself stated, Kristen, and as you all know, because you were all witness to it, every single day the president is in optimal physical health. This was a follow-up appointment, and we provided a detailed readout of that physical. I'm happy to give it to you again, and I can inquire further.
With all due respect, an MRI is a very specific procedure. It's done on a part of the body looking for something specific. So it's not generally part of any kind of routine checkup. And in addition, President Trump has said that he wants to be transparent. He told us to ask the doctors, which we have and have not heard back. Why don't we have more information on this?
As I said, I'll check back for you.
Because no one believes Donald Trump when he says that he got the perfect MRI. That's the most recent statement when the press finally dug into it. You know, we've been saying on this network, it's an MRI, it's an MRI. And finally, last week, a member of the press asked, and Donald Trump said it was the most perfect MRI. You remember what he said? Play this clip.
This readout from Walter Reed mentioned advanced medical imaging. Did you get an MRI? Can you tell us what that was?
I did. I got an MRI. It was perfect. Yeah. I mean, I gave you the full results. We had an MRI, and in the machine, the whole thing, and it was perfect. Yeah.
Can you say one in particular?
You could ask the doctors. In fact, we have doctors traveling with us, but I think they gave you a very conclusive. Nobody has ever given you reports like I gave you. And if I didn't think it was going to be good, either I would let you know negatively, I wouldn't run, I'd do something. But the doctor said some of the best reports for the age, some of the best reports they've ever seen.
And one of the ways you can tell he's just kind of giving away the game too, like here's Donald Trump struggling to get up the baby stairs or the mini stairs on Air Force One. He struggles. He really falls on the stairs a lot. Again, it's just not looking good with the falling on the stairs. When he tries to climb the big boy stairs, he falls as well. But then he went on this whole tirade. You know, with Trump, it's always projection and confession. So here he was saying that, Biden, it's embarrassing. Biden has to use the child stairs. He's talking about himself right now. Here, play this clip.
Perhaps like never before. Our country is respected again like never. They were laughing at our country. We had a guy who couldn't walk up a flight of stairs. He kept falling. It's very embarrassing. At Air Force One, I go, sir, would you like the short stairs or the long? I say, give me the long every single time, please. The short ones, they call them the children's stairs. I don't want the children's stairs. Doesn't look so good coming out of the children's stairs. Now, if the weather's bad, it's okay, right? If you don't mind.
And just like, why are you even at a business conference talking about child stairs? Like, again, the behavior is so infantile and so strange as well. And so finally, let me just leave you with this clip right here. It's one more clip of Dr. Reiner. And here he just, again, outlines the way these MRI testing works. Here, play this clip.
What is an MRI? Why would somebody need to have one done?
An MRI is an advanced imaging test performed by radiologists, which uses this really remarkable technology that involves a strong magnetic field and radio waves. And it basically realigns your hydrogen ions and then lets them relax back. And different tissues have different signals that come back. And this technology can provide very detailed images of virtually any body part. But we don't even know what type of MR he had. We don't know whether he had a head or brain MRI. We don't know if he had an MRI of the chest or abdomen or prostate. And we don't know what symptoms promulgated this kind of testing. I will say that just routine MRI testing is not part of a standard physical, either in the civilian world or in the White House executive medicine world. So obviously some kind of a complaint or symptom or physical finding prompted the White House medical team to go ahead and get an MRI. And again, it's important to understand that the White House can do a lot of testing in the White House. And you only go to Walter Reed when you need a test that just simply cannot be performed there, like an MRI. So it made sense that he was going there for a certain test like this. Mm-hmm. And in fact, his physician, Dr. Barbabella, said, in fact, he used a euphemism. He said, we did advanced imaging. Yeah. I'm not sure why he just didn't come out and say he had an MRI, but now we know.
And again, I don't believe, when we saw the medical report from Trump back in April and it said he weighed 220 pounds, it's like, okay, he doesn't weigh 220 pounds. It's ridiculous. They said his health was evidenced by the fact that he won golf tournaments. Come on, stop with the stupid stuff. Stop it. There seems to be something serious going on. I showed you what's been happening in the past 48 hours as well. Combine that with all the other stuff and you can judge for yourself. But We'll just keep presenting the facts each and every day here. I mean, one day people are going to be like, and I'm giving you my opinion. Let me be very clear. This is just an opinion. That one day in the future, people will be like, and he had dementia and everybody was covering it up. And Marco Rubio, again, just giving you my opinion. Let me clarify. Marco Rubio will be like, and I knew it and I was trying to save you all. I was trying to be helpful. And JD Vance, he'll have like a new name at that point. His name will be like DJ Trans. He'll like come out as like a DJ. He'll reinvent his, like, hey kids, I'm DJ Trance. I'm not JD Vance. I was the guy who was trying to save us all. That'll be like his fourth personality. I'm woke now. I'm woke DJ Trance. What are we talking about? Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million. Thanks for watching.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.